Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Oakland Raiders. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Must 56. Check, 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 check. Check, check.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You go take that.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
180! Hey, 133! Recon, 132 fighter!
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21. On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield. This complete to Lockett. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Alert, 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 alert!
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson, and he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. To throw on 2nd and 6, Mayfield, and this is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Raiders 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Pick it up, pick it up.
65, 65.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Open man, Tanner Gabriel. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
11.
There's Garoppolo to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40. Yard line.
Results of the play, first down and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
18 big yards on that one and a Charger first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On second down, it's Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
180! Run.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Christian, travel.
Slap.
Now Mayfield. And he's got it. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Raiders nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board.
Here we go.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8.
13.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Hey, dude. Hey, come on.
Garoppolo now. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Here we go.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Now he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, Orbit.
21-0 our score after 1.
Here we go. 11.
Check 56. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey,
Bravo.
see me. You don't want it.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Mark 38, Mark 38.
Five.
Strip that ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. K-Rod short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Topper!
Switch gears.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Hey, alert! Hey, get down.
On the ground, it's Mack. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence, that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Throwing, Mayfield. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
First down, Chargers.
Mayfield now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Just keeping the play alive. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
180! Regular.
On 2nd down now. It's Carson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Watch the curl. Check. 25. Check 25.
Hey, alert 33.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now Garoppolo. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And now it's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
56. So we got man.
21, 21.
Play action. Garoppolo. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to Sharp. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
14 more yards. That's another Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Here we go,
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
11.
To throw is Garoppolo. Here's Sanu on the catch. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 25 yards that time. They'll run it with Mack. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marlon Mack, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep, and he is out of bounds here on the return.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that...
He's got it at the 15. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Carson. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Chris Carson, his 6th touchdown of the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Here we
The
go.
Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here, you know?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. Fighting to stay upright. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They go play action. Mayfield. This complete to Lockett. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Mayfield now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Mayfield on play action. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
95 is a sand. No.
Mayfield now. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Sterling Shepard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Hopkins with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Here we go.
The
Here we
Raider
go.
offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Looking deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
And that drives coaches insane. Doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Charger drive about to get going. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Real. Right there. We ain't giving up nothing today.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
180.
He's Mike. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Kings.
95's Mike. Watch 95. Here it comes.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Carson. And an alley to run. And he's taken down inside the 30. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
180. Regular.
It's our field.
Hey, Charlie.
Shit.
First down, Mayfield. It's caught. Lockett. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now here's a throw that's taken in by Tajay Sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Hey, exit.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Watch the screen.
I got them.
56 is the mic. Let's go, defense.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, Something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, we got 3.
Hey, gun.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
65. Hey, gun.
56, right?
Hey, Delta.
56. Man out.
Garoppolo again. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
4th down and 1.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll run for it. It's Mack, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. They run it with Carson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
They're not ready for this.
Here's Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Back to it after the pick 6, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
I got this. Boys, 56. Check, 56. Quit talking about it.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's got his man Sharp complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
65.
56. Mike's 56.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Zach Ertz. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 40.
He's not going to get me. Hey, alert 3.
Hey, alert!
95, Mike. Watch 95.
You draw quarters.
Now a give right side. It's Carson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
11.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Garoppolo. Caught by Sanu. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Mike 38, Mike 38. I got you, Pop.
On play action. Now Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, gun.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Following the interception, Mayfield. He'll check that down to Carson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now it's Carson. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Raiders pick it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Here we go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive.
You can't block me.
Hey, seam 6.
56 to Mike. 56 is
I got you.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? Let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Mike's 56.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. That's complete to Sharp. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I got you, boy. 56 to Mike.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Mike 38, Mike 38. All day, baby, all day, all day, all day.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Ertz has it left side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so it might as well have not even had the penalty.
Watch the screen.
I got this. 11. Hey, Foxtrot.
Stop, let's go. Mike 50.
Hey, gun.
56. Here we go.
11.
56.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And it's caught. And he coughed it up. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes, but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
They come out here in the eye.
Right there, 56. Watch the screen.
On the sneak is Garoppolo. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. To throw, Mayfield. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Mayfield looks to throw. He's got Lockett. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. From the gun, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things in.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Hey, gun.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Let's go,
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They come out here in the eye.
12.
I'm here all day. Kill.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
King! Watch out! Run. Hey, Charlie! Watch out!
They'll run on first down. Carson. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Pistol. Gun! 80 weapons. Watch out!
They'll toss it out to Carson. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Carson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can